By the way, the Republican leadership wants open borders, and they want to be able to balkanize the country. And again, that's why I'm so against these open borders. Is it's being done and managed by globalists to break up the country and to create divide and conquer. Glenn Beck, obviously wanting attention, has said he's to bring soccer balls, hot meals to illegals. We must open our hearts, believes America must open our hearts to the illegal immigrant children. Glenn Beck, again, is basically, will travel to McAllen for a big stunt because he believes Americans must open our hearts. So there's not going to be any discussion of how the government is bringing them in on purpose or how it's totally illegal or how this will only encourage massive waves. So, Glenn, you can give the 10 million that are going to come soccer balls too. A perfect gimmick, though. See, this is the difference between having an advertisement show that's just about illusion versus reality. Because the truth is we could take unlimited people from the third world. We could take 100 million. It's not going to help the third world. We need to get freedom in those countries and get them out from under despotic regimes. But instead, we're going under despotism. And so prosperity is going out the window. And John Boehner says there will be no impeaching Obama, as if he controls the House of Representatives. Now, my issue is I get letting Obama continue to destroy the authoritarian liberals in the eyes of the people. I get that. But there may not be a country left in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't trust the Republicans, even if they get a bunch of Tea Party people elected, to reverse this, because the same special interests that want open borders for cheap labor and to balkanize the country are the ones running John Boehner, who's always hanging out with Obama. So my gut tells me justice be done, may the heavens fall. I don't mean to plagiarize that. I forget who said it. I believe it was a founding father. But that means you do the right thing no matter what. Because soon enough, playing games, compromising, you get in the position we're in now. I believe you bring out an impeachment. You bring out all the real crimes, Fast and Furious, Solyndra, Benghazi, all of it. We could really have him step down. And that would discredit their party even more and scare the Republicans not to violate the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Scare this corrupt political class to back off. Because let me tell you, this country has cancer. I mean, it's out of control. Both parties are a plague. The Democrats, though, are going for total takeover broke, trying to extinct the Republican Party. And this current crop of Republicans to get paid off and to get corporate board chairmanships are going along with it. The fix is in. And so I'm going to put out an article or a video. I'm going to write a bunch of points and do it again like I did a few years ago with my Declaration of Independence that Drudge and others picked up, that a lot of lawyers looked at and said was excellent. I'm not bragging. I mean, I just go off common sense. I'm going to come up with a Declaration of Survival, an emergency Declaration of Independence, a declaration for survival, and just point out what's happened again. And I'm going to put in some extra hours getting this written and done. And I don't know, I'll put it out sometime next week. But we're in deep trouble. And gimmicks aren't going to save us. And you know, I agree, as a PR win, you should see congressmen down there giving teddy bears to the kids and talking about how terrible it is and saying, why did you come here? Oh, well, Obama, you know, gives awards to the dream kids, and we've been told we'll be legalized, which 99%, according to the new memo that came out from ICE, are being legalized. Yeah, they're all being legalized, folks. They do a few token deportations for the television cameras. And again, the Democratic Party is going for broke. This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the Survival Silver Solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com. Breaking news up on InfoWars.com. Marietta, California. We have video of it documenting it. Patriots outnumber amnesty supporters 20-1. Americans in the Southwest are not supportive of illegal immigration. And folks, I see these desperate people from Central and South America that Mexico won't allow. They have a fence between the fence. And so when people get deported out of the U.S. from Central America, the Mexicans just leave them in a literal no man's land. There's a great Vice video from a few years ago documenting that. And I feel sorry for them. But I didn't do to them what's happening in Latin America. And having them come here to be zombie voters for the Democrats who are hell-bent on destroying male role models, because when you attack a civilization, you take down the male first. And that's what the commenters says here in this article that just went up. It's got like 200 comments in 10 minutes. It's all about capturing the female breeder for the globalist and ditching the welfare system for human capital, energy-based economy. The globalists want women submissive and brainwashed to work to pay the bills. The left is betraying women of all races. The next commenter says the left-right paradigm is a false flag, a red herring, a distraction, a puppet show. Try to keep it up. Try to keep up. You know, I use the term left-right to communicate with new listeners. It is a false paradigm, but you have to communicate with people. It's like whenever we talk about micro FMs, you know, private unlicensed stations that run this show around the country, I always say, there are pirate radio stations out there that carry the show. Their real name is micro FM, and as long as they're not interfering with commercial stations, they're a key, you know, public service, and I salute them. And I'll get emails saying, it's called micro or People's Radio, not pirate. I know that. I'm the guy that coined the term left-right paradigm 18 years ago on record. I'm not bragging. It's just fact. It's kind of cool to come full circle because I'm not into power trips or ego. I come off as egotistical because I'm just a rampaging maniac at times. Because I've done this so long, I'm so burnt out, I'm beyond even caring about what happens to me. I'm just being honest with you in the final equation. It comes off as arrogant, but what I do enjoy is the weirdness of being criticized for not covering 9/11 truth enough when I started the 9/11 truth movement. And I really like people when they criticize me for being part of the left-right paradigm because it shows that I have succeeded wildly. When people don't even know, all over the place, left-right paradigm is used all over the news, everywhere. Product placement, which I then coined propaganda placement, is now used everywhere, and behavior placement. And again, it's a testament to the power of the people. Democrats are saying that Obama's acting bizarre, aloof, strange, but he still enjoys hanging out with Boehner, his good buddy. We're going to cover all the DrudgeReport.com headlines and Infowars.com headlines when we come back. And I'm going to open the phones up when we come back. First, we're going to talk to our reporters on the ground, Joe Biggs and Jakari Jackson. And then we're going to just take your phone calls right into the third hour today. So I will give you those numbers when we come back on the other side of this break. And I will get into the immigration wave news and the really serious news that you should all be getting chills up and down your back over and grinding your teeth over like I do.
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.
Obama is traveling all over the United States collecting campaign money for the Democrats instead of going down to the border that he has ordered opened, where he has ordered a stand down, according to the Border Patrol president and vice president. And then 4 weeks ago almost, we shot video of eyewitnesses, ICE whistleblowers, the head of emergency management in McAllen, Texas, saying they're ordered to load them on Greyhound buses, give them vouchers to go anywhere they want, and to release them. And that's been confirmed as of last week by the New York Times. The White House admitted it. And the Republican leadership is still going, gee, we don't know why this is happening. Obama ought to fix it. Fix it? If you walk up to somebody and hit them in the head with a hatchet and kill them, and then the cops come up and say, you need to fix that. No, you go to jail for capital murder. You premeditatedly hacked somebody in the head and killed them. They opened the borders, and we can't even get this bankrupt, evil political class to admit that they're doing this on purpose. And again, I'm going to explain something. They've already got wages driven down. They've already got 30 million illegals in this country. Most big U.S. cities already look like war zones. I mean, Southern California looks like hell. Dallas looks like hell now. I grew up there. This country's in a depression. They don't need more to bankrupt us. It hit me, and I've been saying this for a while, but it really hit me how right I was, that this is the Detroitification of the nation by design, Cloward and Piven on steroids, and that we knew in the last 6 months waves of illegals have been hitting hard, and the crime has been exploding in the Southwest. All the numbers are there, and now this big advertisement all over the world that you get here, this is going to cause a mega wave. And I know I'm stating the obvious, but no one else is pointing it out. We need to have articles about what the mega wave will look like. And I know I say this on air and then Breitbart and others do it, and World Net Daily. I'm glad. Please, go do the article. Last week I said do articles about Robert Rodriguez, and Obama set to meet tonight, and Breitbart did yesterday finally. But again, my folks are overwhelmed, so... and they're doing a great job. It's just that these are the big issues, and it's very lonely to continue to hit right on what's happening and to state the obvious. It's like getting up, walking on your back porch at 6 a.m., watching the sun coming up, and saying, hey, honey, come out here and see the sunrise. And your wife runs out and goes, I've never seen that before. You must be racist. That's the analogy. Hey, look, they're overflowing us with all these people who are totally illegal. They're legalizing them. That'll fully collapse the border because they put them on welfare. That'll bring tens of millions more. Quickly, it'll collapse everything. Why are you a racist? I mean, I'm simply pointing out what's happening. And like the Democratic Party followers, they write articles every day attacking us, making jokes about us, like they're on some winning team, and it's funny what's happening. It's not funny they're getting the Pentagon ready to take your pension funds and martial law standing by. It's not funny that these third worlds have been collapsed and now we're collapsing. This is real sociology, real anthropology. I mean, this is a fact, folks. This country is being shut down, is being ended. They don't want a prosperous middle class and an upwardly mobile working class. They want poor, dumbed-down people. And when they're done bankrupting the country, none of you people are getting welfare anymore. So get rid of that. Get ready for that. They're going to bring in fascism on the back of this. And that's what clicked. The only way I'll survive and not be taken out down the road is to become a fascist and to become an ultra-right-wing operative and to let the Democrats do all this on purpose and wreck everything, and then be part of a pro-government fascist movement in the future. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the right course of liberty, truth, and justice for humanity, and I'm going to be hated by the black racist, the white racist, the Hispanic racist, everybody in their own little gang group, All ignorant, all being losers, all being chumps, being played like fools by this system. Because I'll tell you, I'm not worried about he that can kill my body. I'm worried about losing my soul, and I'm worried about losing my family name, and I'm worried about bringing bad mojo on my family. You can use whatever term you want. Reap what you sow, karma. Everybody in their gut knows when you do bad stuff, it's not just that you have a conscience and feel bad about what you did. You know it's coming back on you, and it ain't coming back on you when you die. Oh, it comes back then too. It comes back in this life. And I'm a very moral, upright person looking back in retrospective in my life. Okay? Straight shooter all the way. Have anger issues, but that's about it. And I can tell you, I shake deep down with concern for the things I've done and knowing it'll be brought back on me. And guess who else? And I knock on wood here. Please, God, pass over my kids. I spiritually put the blood right on the doorpost every day. But, man, this stuff comes back on your kids. I'll tell you right now, all you people that are serving the system, you wonder why you're losers. You wonder why you're unfulfilled. You wonder why you're failures. It's because you've served a lie and a fraud. And America has bought into so many lies. I was talking to a friend last night whose grandfather was a super trailblazer, made hundreds of millions of dollars in 1940s, 50s, 60s money. His great-grandfather, actually. Related to President Johnson, you name it. And I was talking to my buddy last night, and we're saying, yeah, professional wrestling, how do people go and watch it and go along with it like it's real? He was talking about his grandpa, knew all this stuff, knew everything, but would sit there and watch professional wrestling and would say, I don't get why that boy didn't beat that boy. I thought that big one would win. And the realization hit that, no, he was just lying to himself to enjoy it, suspended disbelief, as a joke. But what about the people at a wrestling event, all there playing along together like it's real? And it hit me. That's what the Democratic Party is, and the Republicans to another lesser extent. And that's what all this is you just buy into a fantasy while you're being fed into a meat grinder. And I've been to the other side. I know what's on the other end. I'm like, don't go in there. That's a slaughterhouse. And they look at me and go, bah, bah, Obama, shut up, and feel good and go running into it. And so the word's going out in hellish Latin America. In the most hellish areas, some areas are wonderful, but in the most hellish areas, people that are successful don't want to come here. In Chile, one of the few good places left. I've looked into it, believe me. And the people that have skills and stuff aren't going to come here. We are literally getting the dregs. And it will hurt everyone, but it doesn't matter because it's like the Democrats are winning, the Hispanics are winning, the whites are failing. Now, don't shut up now. Don't be racially based. I mean, and it's all an illusion, all a fraud, cheating us all, destroying all of our futures. And I have a big stack of breaking news on what's happening, but up on Infowars.com, and we're going to Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs in this segment and the next, then Jakari Jackson reporting from Marietta, California. Patriots outnumber amnesty supporters 20-1. ISIS destroys antiquities en masse. I mean, this is just unbelievable. The scum of the earth that Al-Qaeda is. Mutilating women, destroying beautiful works of art. Just absolute demons, and then run by our criminal government. See how it's all just over the top? See how it's just all over the top as they butcher Syria and Iraq, as they butcher Christians, as they blow up churches. And it's just so over the top. It's so over the top. They're shipping in unlimited illegals and saying you're racist if you don't accept it. And the political correctness is so strong, the average conservative falls down on their knees and says, okay, I accept it. And then meanwhile, our government's funding Al-Qaeda. And I've actually heard news, is part of the Islamic backlash anti-Islamic or Arab? You know, if you don't want Christians having their churches blown up, you're against Muslims or you're against Arabs when it's Arab Christians being killed. It's just mindlessness. It's cult programming. The good news is people are starting to listen. Congress has a 7% approval rating. The worm is turning. Obama's desperate. Democratic reps say he's acting bizarre, aloof, detached. Confidence is collapsing, but he's too dangerous to leave in office. Too dangerous to leave in office. I agree with Pat Buchanan. You'd get big libertarian conservative wins if he stays in, but that's if he doesn't set a nuke off in Manhattan and declare martial law. That's if in a year it may be 1 million a month showing up, not 100,000. I mean, we're in a stinking collapse here, folks. We can't wait 2 years. We need to punish him. We need to punish the Republicans so they're scared. We don't need to stop with Obama. We need to impeach Boehner. And when it all comes out that he knew about Fast and Furious, we need to arrest Boehner. And I don't say that where I get a thrill out of arresting people. I mean, they need to be arrested. Have you read what they were going to arrest Nixon over if he didn't step down when he was impeached in the House, being tried in the Senate? It's nothing compared to what Obama's done. Have you read the Declaration of Independence? I'm going to read it later in conjunction with impeachment. Because the Declaration of Independence was an impeachment of the King of England. In fact, I may even cancel some guests or something today, so I have time to cover this. I mean, this is important, big stuff. Do you understand? I can feel it in my gut. I can see it intellectually. I can see it on every front. You can see it. But in my gut, in my spirit, intellectually, politically, on every front, they're going to go for broke, man. These people could do anything. Alex Jones here to break down some exciting developments in the area of research concerning supplemental iodine. It's nothing less than phenomenal. I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. And I used some of the mainline iodine supplements and they upset my stomach and I had some issues with it. Until I discovered a product being developed by Dr. Group, who I was already interviewing as an expert on my radio show, and I began taking the product before he actually rolled it out. You now know it as Survival Shield True Nascent Iodine that your body can really absorb. Then, about a year ago, he said, listen, if you think this is powerful, I'm going to come out with rare earth, deep earth crystals that are incredibly powerful that no one else has as a source for their iodine from between 7,000 and 12,000 feet, literally drilled out of the ground. You put it on a hot plate and it turns into the pure gas. No one else has 99.99% pure iodine. And the results that I personally have had have been life-changing. I was over 270 pounds. And with the iodine, exercise, and better diet, I have lost now more than 50 pounds total, and I'm continuing to lose the weight. I have more energy, my libido, all this crap came out of my skin. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. This is innovating. This is trailblazing. And the best part is it helps fund Infowars.com, the radio show, the TV show, the whole media operation promoting true libertarian ideas. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox special at InfoWarsLife.com.